Hello, my name is Cheryl Buckwalter, and I am going to be sharing with you the new California landscape. The theme of this landscape is Recreation Destination. It's an eco-friendly landscape design that basically has something for everyone. It offers sophisticated style, Mediterranean-type plant palette, and a flow-through design for easy access to all parts of the landscape. This landscape maximizes entertaining, gaming, and relaxing. So let's jump in. Let's start at the beginning. In the front yard, the curved entry walkway guides visitors to your home through a small grove along this permeable sidewalk. Because this front yard has southwestern sun exposure, the trees provide welcome shade. Here is a Chinese pistache, and there's another Chinese pistache here. As you'll notice, there's this brown dotted line there and here, and that is low mounding where the pistache trees are. And by having that low mounding, it helps to direct water that is in the landscape and keep it on your property and lets that water soak into the soil beneath. So now that we've walked across and along this permeable walkway, we can go all the way across the driveway where you see a downspout here that the water comes off the roof and through the rain gutters and soaks into this permeable material. Let's go into the backyard because we said this is recreation destination after all, so let's find out more about what's going on here. So you go along the backyard and look at this wonderful turf area. There's some benches and furniture for relaxing, and we have a horseshoe pit. And this horseshoe pit, as you can see, has the turf along there as well, and then the pits here. There can be all kinds of recreation that goes on here. Badminton, croquet, and of course our horseshoe pit. But one thing that I'd like to point out is that this is a traditional type of turf. It's a blend of fescues, and we recommend that a process called grass cycling is actually used to mow this lawn, and it's a mulching mower or a mower that's affixed with a mulching blade that will cut up the grass blades into smaller pieces and allow them to stay on the surface of the grass. It quickly breaks down, releasing those nutrients back into the soil. And there's a wonderful arbor here that has some grapes growing along it. But let's go on back to the backyard. This is an arbutus tree, a strawberry tree, and it is an evergreen. It has fabulous little berries that stay on almost throughout the year because they mature at different times, and it has little urn-shaped whitish pink flowers on it as well. So really gives a lot of great year-round color and a beautiful bark that's burgundy. And then it is flanked on either side by crepe myrtles that do lose their leaves in the winter, but they add wonderful color throughout the summer and into the fall. So as we come across this pathway here, there's a great sitting area just to gather around and visit with friends and family and cozy up next to the fireplace, because here in California, and especially in the Sacramento region, we are able to enjoy the outside for much of the year. Here's a water feature, and it's surrounded by recycled glass because it's very important in our landscapes to try to recycle and reuse as many materials as we can. This is a low seat wall where you can just go, and it's only about 18 inches tall or so. You can sit along there if you like. This right here is what's called a retractable awning. And this is constructed with a metal or a steel frame, and then these are sections of billowy fabric that can be retracted, and as you can see, it's all the way extended there. You can bring it back a little bit here, back a little bit further there, so that you can enjoy either more sun or more shade depending on the time of the year. And then we also have some evergreen plants along this property line. And That helps to buffer sounds. It softens the fence that's along the property line. And as we come back around to the front of the yard, we have decorative containers here with plants in them. And so they can be put on their own valve, their own station, so that they can be irrigated efficiently. One thing that's very important throughout the landscape and in all of the planting areas is that we use a mulch, a wood mulch in the planting areas that help to reduce compaction, helps to retain soil moisture. Mulch will help to reduce the growth of weeds because you're blocking sun. And also, we want to make sure when we are working and designing our landscapes that we create hydrozones. What does that mean? Hydrozone. What we're doing is we're selecting plants and we're grouping them, plants that have the same water requirements. So low water use plants such as the pistache, along with the other plants, the callistemon viminalis, Little John. It's a bottle brush, Little John bottle brush. Grows very low to the ground, about 3 foot, tall and wide, neat and compact, and gets that bottle brush type of bloom on it. But we have grouped plants throughout this front yard that are low water use, and they require the same sun exposure as well. And that will help us use our resources much more efficiently. And we also want to be sure that we are keeping stormwater management in mind. And that's what we've done in this new California landscape. Our downspouts are directed to permeable surfaces. We can have permeable materials across the driveway. That's helping to reduce any oils and other pollutants that could potentially cross the sidewalk, go into the drain systems, into our streams and waterways. So thank you for staying with me today. Thank you for viewing the new California landscape, recreation destination.